I have finally decided to do face cam. What's good, people? King AWSM here, and today we have 5 awesome tips for the mirror challenge. And yes, I am doing face cam. That blue-haired, awesome-looking fella on your left, wearing a crown on his head. Yeah, that's me. I know, you're filled with awe right now, but nah, I'm not gonna do face cam so soon. Probably after 1,000 subscribers or something like that. So please help me reach 1k subs. Disclaimer: this isn't the video I was talking about last Saturday. I saw that this challenge was being released today, so I thought it's more important for me to make a video on it to help you guys out. Alright, let's get into those tips. Tip number 1: card rotation. Take note that both you and your opponent have the same card rotation. This means that both of you will have the same starting hand. So if you see you have your win condition in your initial hand, remember that your opponent does too. So instead of thinking of rushing, you should bring your mind towards defense and try and get a positive elixir trade. Tip number 2: remember your opponent's cards. At first glance, you might think this is dumb as both have the same cards. But listen, that's not what I mean. What I mean by this is to remember which cards your opponent has in his current hand. Like if in the mirror deck you have Fireball and Barbarians, you know that the perfect counter to Barbarians is a Fireball. So if your opponent uses his Fireball on something else, you should instantly punish him with the Barbarians. Tip number 3: the only way to throw your opponent off is by using your mirror card. Since both have the same card cycle, the only way to override this is by playing the mirror card. Aside from this, you can also use your mirror card for another benefit. You can use it to split your pushes or to strengthen your counters. Another especially important point to put in your memory is that if you have a win condition but also have the perfect counter to it in your hand, don't play it. Unless you know that the opponent doesn't have it in his hand as well. Otherwise, you'll just end up being hard countered. Tip number 4: if your card gets countered, mirror your card only when the opponent doesn't have mirror, or you know that he doesn't have a counter to it. Let me illustrate this with an example. If you play a balloon at the bridge and the opponent has a musketeer to counter it, he'll end up getting a positive elixir trade. And now, if you think you're big brained and immediately you play your balloon and you mirror your balloon and play it on the other lane, you're stupid. You see, even your opponent can mirror his musketeer and counter it again, and again get a positive elixir trade. Now, there are two ways to rectify this. First, being to eliminate that counter. The musketeer in this case can easily be taken out by a bandit or something. Second is to force out some other card so that the opponent won't be able to mirror his counter. In the second way, what you should do is to place something at the back and then your balloon at the bridge. This way, the opponent will have to counter the approaching card and won't be able to mirror his card to counter your balloon. The fifth and final tip: everything is based on your skill. Remember, there's no over leveling, no mixed matches, just pure skills. You need to use the mirror card to gain an advantage and to outcycle your opponent. And with that, we're done with all the tips for today. I feel like this is my favorite mode because there's so much going on. At the same time, it looks like there isn't. And don't worry, the video I promised last Saturday will certainly come out next Saturday. Subscribe if you want to win more challenges with my help. Until next time, stay safe and remember, be awesome.